Yeah, should probably do a walk around on this thing. We don't even know. And then you just hang it up there high like this, and you don't even act like the camera's there. That's how it's done. Because it's a Christmas miracle.
It is a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle. What?
Finally getting walk.
We're finally going to do a walk around Raggedy Ann. And these Peck Brothers shirts, water wicking.
Beer wicking. Alright guys, we couldn't get the owner to come out here and give you guys a Christmas special of a walk around, but we'll do one for you. Smitty-built winch up front, bunch of lights, Amazonia specials. Trevor would say, make sure to latch the hood, because otherwise your hood's gonna kiss the windshield frame. So we've got hood pins because factory latches aren't on the flat fenders. 2x6 bumper, little winch hoop, 4-inch Rubicon or rough country, coil spring, shock, complete custom DIY 3-link, 2x2 square tube blowers, 1.5-inch quarter wall upper. We've got cab fab crossover steering, DIY track bar relocation bracket, stock Dana 30 axle, diff cover, 488 gears, East Coast gear supply, chrome alley axle shafts, stub shafts, Terraflex knuckle on this side to give them that. Normally the drag link and the tie rod are stacked. That puts the drag link coming in on its own arm. It gives a little better steering geometry, less bump steer. Out here, you guys will notice, we've got a set of Warren lockouts from WFO. Set of Warren lockouts on a Dana 30. That means something's been changed, right? This is a 78 Ford F-150, Dana 44, hub, spindle, and brake caliper bracket mounted to a stock set of Dana 30 axles. Bolted in, all works together, gives you regular tapered roller bearings instead of a unit bearing, option for lockout, great upgrade. So we actually call this thing the Dana 34
because it's a hybrid. Dana 30, Dana 44, Dana 34.
Dana 34, yeah,
Dana
exactly.
34.
It's a hybrid.
It's kind of like Mikey's 3.5. It's not an actual 3.5. It's just missing a cylinder.
Or two.
Or two, three, who knows.
But yeah, this is a high pinion 30 as well. That's been swapped in out of a Cherokee. Come around to the side. Be able to see the links that we've got in it. That upper's perfectly flat in this thing. Adam's front drive shaft. Skid plate, still factory skid plate. Rear 4-link, long arm kit. We built ourselves. Same thing again here. 2x2 quarter lowers, 1.5-inch quarter wall upper. You pan down underneath here. This thing rides so good, drives so good. Been wheeled from Michigan into Tennessee. That's still a stock Jeep TJ drive shaft with the slip yoke up on the trans. or up on the T case. Has not been converted to slip yoke.
Yeah, our dad has not let us do an SYE on this, and we have been bugging him for probably the last.
Not bugging.
We've been, yeah.
Begging.
We
begged
have been begging him to do it for the last
3 years at least.
3 at least, probably 4 or 5, since he got the Jeep probably.
Since it was long on, for sure.
I've done the SYEs on every Jeep that we have in our group so far.
Every transfer case.
Every T case I've done, but we have not been able to do an SYE on this. So put it in the comments and tell him it's time.
Even if he hasn't done it, it's still pretty capable to prove that the suspension itself works. And it works great. It flexes far better than any kind of bought and long arm kit you can get from one of these things. This thing really does ride awesome. You would think it has coilovers in it. It rides that good down the trails. And this thing has done all of the trails in Tennessee that we hit as a group in all of our previous videos of you seeing us going down there. This thing ran Cadillac Hill with a stock drive shaft in the rear of it, and that never slipped out, never did nothing.
We didn't even run Cadillac Hill.
No, that was the day that Kole's Jeep was broken. We were fixing it on the roadside, and we didn't even get to go with the group that day. But this thing ran Cadillac Hill, and that never once popped out, never slid out, never nothing. So I will give it that. It's proven that it will work with the right suspension setup. You build your suspension right, and you get the pinion angle proper, there's really no reason to do anything else.
That's kind of like one of the reasons why I built my 4-link setup for my Jeep. We built the 4-link setup for Coops. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but I feel like we can physically build something that's a lot better than you can buy in a store. A rough country kit, BDS, you know.
It's proven that our built kits that we have done ourselves set up the proper pinion angle, set up the proper suspension link angle, get the links length correct. It's proven that it works. We have 4 rigs in this group with homebrew suspension kits in them. We have no issues with anything. All right, so we'll jump down here to the rear axle. We've got a stock Dana 44 came with this Jeep. That hence the name Rubiconish on the side of the hood because it came factory with the 44. We've got 44 parts in the front, still a Dana 30, Rubiconish. This thing has got a mini spool in it. Or no, sorry, we swapped that.
It had a mini spool.
Had a mini spool in it before Tennessee. We swapped it to a full spool, 488s in the rear to match the front. We've got shock brackets moved, stock lower control arm brackets still on the axle. We just boxed them, left them where they were at. Built a small truss for the upper link brackets, which don't get into the floor. People assume that these things get into the floor. This has still got the factory gas tank underneath of it, and everything about that is factory, not the skid plate, everything. And this diff cover that is bolted to the rear of it misses the tank at full bump. This thing works. Links, like I said, don't get into the floor. Shocks are relocated. We did do that. And then we've got a Dana 35 disc brake set up on it to put disc brakes on this 44. Some brackets that we built for the calipers, but I'm sure there's other ways to go about putting disc brakes on one of these things too, but that was the shit we had laying around and we made it work. Exhaust, notice that is actual stainless steel exhaust. Again, we're good at just making what we have laying around work. We had a Ford Focus that Mom actually drove a while ago that got rear-ended. And when it got rear-ended, they replaced a bunch of stuff. One of the things they replaced was the tailpipe on that car. So Ford Focus exhaust is actually bent really well to fit a 4-link TJ because we did minimal cutting on that thing and the whole tailpipe piece is as is. We just made different hangers and put that in there. So yeah, stainless steel exhaust on it, that's pretty sweet. 35, 12.5 Maxxis razors. 15-inch DIY beadlocks, 15-inch wheel obviously.
Those Maxxis tires aren't bald, and I think they're a little bit newer than somebody's we know.
Yeah, these ones have got, these are probably 8-year-old set of tires. It's not, maybe not quite 8. 6-year-old set of tires at least. And yeah, they've still got lots of life left in them. Come around on the side, we've got, made our own quarter armor, quarter fender flare delete, whatever you want to call this plate. We just made that fit so that the,
I believe we were just trying to cover holes that were in
well,
the
that's what I
body.
was getting to. We were just covering up the factory holes that are there from when the flare comes off, and Dad didn't like the looks of the plastic flares, so we took the flares off and then we just made these plates that cover them. 3/16 like body armor plate for the side of the tub, which we notched this piece of, this is just black pipe, for all you guys saying that you got to build sliders out of DOM. This is just black pipe. Buy it at Home Depot, buy it at Lowe's, whatever. We notched the black pipe to, we left the 3/16 a little long, slit the black pipe, slid it on there, stitched it on there as a slider, and then just added to it with a piece of bent black pipe again, to give you a little step, slider, skid, whatever, something to hit besides just bashing it right into the side of the tub. Inside we've got a set of Marketplace Corbeau seats. I think these are a Father's Day present. PRP set of harnesses for them. AX15 5-speed. Terraflex 2 low kit in the transfer case was the only thing that was touched in this.
Oh, so I knew I had my hands in this T case.
We did do the Terraflex 2 low in this case because 2 low with these 5 speeds is just, that makes these things way better with factory gearing that they have in the case being so high. Trail tube tie-in cage kit. The reason it's trail tube, and you hear a lot of people running Poison Spider, you don't hear of this trail tube company. Well, Poison Spider, when I went to order this for them before we went to Tennessee, I was in line to get the last available Poison Spider tie-in cage that they used to offer, and it sold before my order got placed. So I got the email saying that mine had been canceled because they were not out of stock. So I hunted around before building a cage like I built for mine and found this trail tube company out of, I believe he's out of Pennsylvania or North Carolina. Great guy, easy, called him, told him what I was doing. He said, yep, order this kit, comes with everything you need. If you want to add a harness bar, you can add the harness bar. If you want to add the windshield V-bars, you can add windshield V-bars. He's got lots of options. So we added the grab handles, we added the harness bar because we knew we wanted those things. And this kit, the stanchions are there, everything came with it. This kit went right together, super simple, super easy. If you guys are looking for a way to tie into your factory roll bar and stiffen up the factory cage, or turn a factory roll bar into a cage, I should say. Great kit, look them up, Trail Tubes. Not any kind of sponsor or promotion. We paid for it. I mean, it was, the whole thing was bought, but it is a great product. The kit went together really well. It took no time. I would buy another one. You're seeing it there. This is it. This is a very basic, very simple TJ. It works. The 35s, this thing, from you can, I mean, the rock rash that's on it, it goes out, it goes in the woods, it goes where the 40s run, it runs with all the other rigs on tons, everything. No issues, no problems. If you guys want a cheap budget rig, just go out to the garage and start working on yours.
We're doing the thing today. It's Christmas miracle.
What's up, guys?
Get that. You got to let it out.
I've had it. I've had it.